Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's session. We are here to tackle one of the most common concerns faced by parents everywhere: fever in children. Now, let's set the scene. It's late at night, your little one feels unusually warm, their forehead is hot to the touch, and you're left wondering: is this serious? Should you rush to the doctor, or can this be managed at home? While it's natural of children to have fever when they are sick or caught cold, it can cause different risks depending on its severity. Even if the fever is not that high, a constant fever can have several impacts on the child's health and could be discomfort and fatigue, underlying chronic illness. A persistent low-grade fever might indicate a chronic or a low-level infection, a risk of misdiagnosis, a risk of dehydration, and also high-grade level carries a heightened risk. For example, febrile seizure, particularly in children under 5, organ stress, complications like encephalopathy, brain dysfunction, severe dehydration, and electrolyte imbalance. Risk of a brain damage, fever above 41 are rare but can cause brain damage or risk of critical issues like meningitis, sepsis, or even severe pneumonia. Fever in children, while often a natural part of fighting diseases, it always worries the parents. So, how do we determine when it's time to worry or how to act? Today, we will explore actionable tips to help parents in this dilemma. So, here we have with us today Madame Dihia that will help us to understand her experience with her son Ellie.
I'm really worried about Ellie. He's usually so active and playful, but for the past 2 days he's been so tired and quiet. He keeps holding his thought and saying it's hurt when he swallows. His fever went down after I gave him paracetamol, but it keeps coming back more seriously. He's not eating much either, other than water and a little soup I forced him to eat with medication. I'm scared it might be something serious.
After days of worry, the mother decides to take her son to the doctor. Here is a part of their conversation.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Dihia. I understand Eli has been having a fever for the past 2 days. Could you tell me more about his symptoms?
Yes, doctor. His fever started 2 days ago and has been as high as 39 degrees Celsius. He's also been complaining of sore throat, has a middle cough, and isn't eating much.
Based on what you have described, Eli likely has a viral upper respiratory tract infection, such as a common cold or viral pharyngitis. These infections are very common in children his age and typically resolve on their own with supportive care. At his stage, he doesn't need any antibiotics.
Okay, what should I do at home to help him recover?
Make sure he stays hydrated, offer water and feed him clear soups. Continue giving paracetamol every 6 hours as needed for fever. Make sure he doesn't take medicines on an empty stomach. Ensure he gets plenty of rest and dress him in light clothing to keep him comfortable.
Thank you, doctor.
And here is two professionals in pediatrology and neurology helping us to clarify this problem.
Fever or pyrexia is not disease but a clinical symptom indicating that the body is responding to an underlying infection or pathological condition. It triggers the activation of the immune system, promoting the release of leukocytes, cytokines, and other immunological mediators to target and neutralize the causative pathogens or inflammatory agents. In general, you can deal with it by dressing tight in lightweight clothing to avoid trapping heat and rising body temperature. Encourage hydration by offering foods such as juice, soda, or popsicles. Avoid alcohols baths as they can be harmful. Provide a lukewarm bath to help lower the temperature, but avoid cold water that may cause shivering. And administer an antipyretic medication to your child, such as acetaminophen or ibuprofen, to reduce fever. Avoid giving aspirin as it is associated with Rett syndrome, a rare but potentially life-threatening condition.
There is a lot of causes for fever and it comes with different symptoms. For example, the previous case that we saw, it was infection diseases. It can be the consequence of multiple microorganisms. and it may be treated by antibiotics, antiviral, antifungal, antiparasitics. Heat stroke is a common cause. It can be managed by intravenous fluid to rehydrate the body, antiparasitics if fever persists, and a rapid body cooling using physical method rather than medication. Another possible cause is brain disorder such as infection or trauma, which may result in inflammation or other complication. Treatment often involves anti-inflammatory to reduce swelling.
This is the end of this video. I hope it helped you everyone and especially young parents to raise awareness about this subject and help you to understand more about fever that touch young children and give you more tips to deal with it in the future situation.